Good evening, folks, and welcome this evening, kind of late. Suzee was at a Chinese energy medicine introduction for the course. She's teaching the course in Vancouver, Washington, and it's a very lengthy course and intense. You know, it's like 10 hours a day, multiple days, and but you are crammed full of knowledge. You know, just to have, you've heard knowledge is power. Well, to get a whole bunch of knowledge about your life, your energies, how to dabble into them, which is Suzee's expertise. Am I hitting the right spot, Suzee?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yep.
Well, tell me something. What is Chinese energy medicine?
It's really a way of looking at the energy systems of your body, that which we cannot see. That when you learn how to work with your energies, you can learn how to really enhance your own health. And that's really what it's about feeling better on every level, physically, emotionally, everything. And so that's what energy medicine looks at, is how to balance the energies so that you understand yourself better, you understand your body better, we understand each other better in the relationships which are always going on.
Okay, so tonight was an introduction. What are you introducing? How did that go?
Well, it went great. We were talking about the 5 elements of Chinese medicine, which is really a way of looking at everything. It's a way of looking at nature. It's a way of looking at how we interact with each other. It's a way of looking at the health of our own body. It's like this incredibly elegant system for helping us to understand everything in our world, from nature to nurture to everything, to the psychology of each of us.
Can you give me an example?
Let's see, what would be an example of that? Well, let's just say, for example, that I'm a water element, which I happen to have, quite a bit of water in me. The water element is governed by 2 different meridians, which is kidney meridian and bladder meridian, both of which deal with water in the body, if you think about it. And understanding that helps me understand, for example, kidney carries with it certain emotions, like it carries with it fear if it's in an undernourished state, or it can carry with it courage if it's in a strong, positive state. So if I'm feeling fearful, or I'm feeling, worried or nervous, which is, part of the bladder meridian, that just tells me that those meridians, that system for my element might be off or need some adjusting, so that I feel more hopeful and more courageous, because that we want to move towards the more positive aspects of the element. That sounds really complicated. It's really much more simple than that.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you going to do to those meridians? Are you going to touch them, or do some kind of energy pattern over it?
There's a lot of ways you can work with it. You can trace the meridian itself, using your hands, because your hands are like magnets.
All right, trace one for me.
Okay, well, let's see. Okay.
You said kidneys, so...
Well, but you can't see my feet, so let's just do lung, because the lung meridian starts right here.
Okay.
And you would trace it, the direction of the flow of the meridian starts, this is the beginning.
Now, is this Chinese?
Yes, this is Chinese. This
flow
is traditional
meridians?
Chinese medicine.
Okay.
So if I were to put some energy into the lung meridian, I would start at the beginning of the lung meridian, which begins on the chest here, comes up and over the shoulder, down the inside of the arm, and off the thumb. Now I have just put energy into my lung meridian.
Ah, so if you were suffering from some kind of, like you say, fearful, which would have been kidney, if you would have traced the kidney meridian that would have given it energy.
And given it some strength to maybe help to combat that negative emotion. With lung, the negative emotion of it would be grief, for example. So if I was experiencing a lot of grief over some issue, and it could be anything, this would help to strengthen the meridian to be more resilient in the face of that grief. That's really what it's doing.
Oh. Okay, see, now that's what I'm talking about. All right.
It's simple, cool, elegant.
Now, where does all this come from? Does it come from actual people that have been practicing it for centuries or something?
Well, yes. It's based on traditional Chinese medicine, which is 5,000 years old. It's been around a while. So, and it's withstood the test of time. It's a natural way of healing that it has been so forgotten about with our Western world. Maybe not to certain parts of the world, but certainly in our part of the world. And so it's based on traditional Chinese medicine. Ancient, old, wonderful, preventative health.
I was seeing something in my mind. I was seeing patterns of energy, all orbiting or circle, going around a certain direction on a different plane as another one maybe that's going. And so I'm seeing all these planes of spiraling like galaxies.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have 9 different energy systems in the body, and they can't not intersect. So if you're seeing, planes this way and, other planes in other directions.
Right.
It's all a part of the whole elegant conglomeration of the energy systems. So, I'm not surprised. And they intersect. They intersect and work with each other and actually are tied together in a holistic way.
And that's what it's all about, is learning all of the different connections, the main connections maybe, because there's probably so many connections. Mm-hmm. And the only way you're going to do it is by experimenting. Now, do you do a lot of that in the class?
We stay pretty much within a structure within the class because we want to teach really precise methods for working with the systems, precise methods for testing them, precise methods for working with them. So, the experimentation part, using the intuitive a part of ourselves, that's a little further down the road when you have more experience and you already have a sense and a feel for what the energies are doing and how they're moving and how they're working. We would never discount that, using our intuitive sense. But for right now, I'm keeping it really clean. And by that I mean really specific. Specific techniques that create specific movements of specific energy.
That was it. So movements that create change or movement.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going on. That was your first night. How many hours was that?
It was just 3 hours tonight. Tomorrow I will be teaching for about 8 hours for the next 3 days, each for the next 3 subsequent days.
What would you tell your students to be ready for tomorrow?
I would tell them to be ready to learn how to find out if we're going to learn 7 different meridian tests tomorrow, which is going to teach them how to test a specific meridian for whether it's got enough energy or whether it's under energized. So that's one of the things we're going to be learning tomorrow. We're also going to be learning to work with points on the head which help to govern the emotions and really soothe them and calm them. So those are called the neurovasculars. So those are the things we're going to be talking about tomorrow.
All right, awesome. Jeez,
I know,
it gets me
cool.
so excited.
It's very cool.
All right, well, so I was going to say good luck with that, but that's not really what I mean.
I don't even need luck. We're just going to have a great time. What can I say?
Okay.
We're going to have a great time.
Hey, thanks, Suzee.
Okay, thank you.